Lloyds Banking business team has been criticized for representing new overdraft extortion on Monday front of a offered crackdown after the year. An MP told the banking's new charges will growth the extortion for the extensive most of customers. The finance hold credibility wants to piece overdraft charges and substitute them in a solitary concern bet. Lloyds Banking business team told, this changes were announced preliminary to the FCA's newest recommendations. MP Rachel Reeves, who chairs the Industry, Power and Industry Policy Choose Board, told, "Time these charges might be legislative, they are not during the ghost of the FCA's recommendations." She told, "It is inappropriate for finance institutions to try to play the framework at the charge of customers, especially such fighting in their finance. A block of present expense holders will be hit by the new extortion, that go in impact on January 14 for Banking of Scotland, January 28 for Lloyds Banking and February 4 for Halifax customers. Quite rather than profitable 1p each day for each £7 of overdraft utilised, the price for the at first £1,250 adopted will growth to 1p a day per £6. How planned out at a yearly concern accusation of 61%, lot high rather than wide criticized underwriter loans or costly letter of credit cards designed at human beings in impoverished letter of credit accounting records. The price for loan among £1,250 and £2,500 remnant at 1p a day per £7, time loan more than rather than how will be loaded at 1p a day per £8. The new rate tool nobody loan less than rather than £4,100 on their overdraft will pay more than. By its proposals, banks would set a solitary bet for departure in the red and customers would be capable to comparison banks for the top transactions. The Town Guard dog has as well offered a ban on any flat charges related to an overdraft. This FCA isn't tinkering about the edges, it wants to drastically changing the UK overdraft marketplace to do it simpler, fairer and facilitating for consumer to supervise and comparison, told analysis Andrew Hager of Money Comms. The banking maintains how down there is anything incorrect in its new charges. It told they were in the ghost of the FCA's view in regulation of removal expenses for unscheduled and difficulty of charge. Andrew Hager disagreed. He told, "I'm amazed how the growth is departure front, as it doesn't fit in any way form or shape in which the controller wants to see for private overdrafts." Ms. Reeves told, "We requirement an end to the undue charges how go on to damage borrowers, especially such in insistent cash problems." She added, "Lloyds should reconsider these charges as a question of urgent. Down there are organized overdrafts, while present expense holders adopt up to a range coordinated in, or proposed by, the banking. On 19 millionth human beings use one every year. Several banks as well include unarranged overdrafts, in additional or high extortion for departure for the range or departure in the red out of permit, utilized by 14 millionth human beings a year. Such elderly 35 to 44 are largest potential to include several shape of overdraft, time on 10% of all 18 to 24-year-olds include exceeded their overdraft range in the history 12 months. For customers, the extortion and charges are hard to comparison, in a mix of concern rates, everyday charges, or monthly average charges amongst banks. Such expenses could be top though in a little obligation. For sample, who could be loaded £5 a day for loan £100 on overdraft. The most of unarranged overdraft extortion are pay by just 1.5% of customers. They pay on £450 a year in charges and extortion, on to the FCA.